In this video, we are going to discuss about electrolyte concentration cell and liquid junction potential. So in electrolyte concentration cell, there is a transfer of material from one half cell to the other half cell. We know that in electrolyte concentration cell, as the two half cells are same, the concentration of the electrolyte is different. The two same electrolytes are having the different activity or different concentration. Now, in electrolyte concentration cell with the transference, there is a contact between the two solutions of the same electrolyte having different concentrations. Hence, at the junction of the two liquids, there exists a liquid junction potential. At the junction of the two liquids exists a potential called liquid junction potential or diffusion potential. This liquid junction potential is denoted by EJ. EJ is called as liquid junction potential. So let us understand how this liquid junction potential is developed in electrolyte concentration cell with transference. So let us going to discuss about the liquid junction potential. So origin of liquid junction potential. Consider a electrolyte concentration cell with transference reversible to cation. So let us construct here a electrolyte concentration cell with transference. Electrolyte concentration cell with transference where the two electrodes are same but there is a difference in the concentration of the two electrolytes. So construct a cell with gas electrode. So two hydrogen electrodes which are the same electrodes, only the two electrolytes that is HCl is having the different activity. So you can see in this cell there is a contact between the two electrolytes HCl. This single vertical line indicates that there is a contact between the two electrolytes HCl which are having the different activities. Let us assume here A1 is greater than A2 or A2 is greater than A1. The activity of this electrolyte is greater than the activity of this electrolyte. So this is the electrolyte concentration cell with the transference. There is a transfer of ions from one half cell to the other half cell. So consider two solutions of the same electrolyte, HCl, having different activities A1 and A2, such that A2 is greater than A1 or A1 is greater than A2. They are separated from one another by means of porous partition. Suppose that this is a porous partition. This is a porous partition. Or let us show this in the another diagram. The electrolyte concentration cell can be, see now, this is the electrolyte concentration cell with the transference. Sorry, this is without transference. Now, this is the electrolyte concentration cell with the transference. Another cell, this is silver electrode. So the two electrolytes silver nitrate are separated by the porous partition here. You can see this is the porous partition. The two electrolytes silver nitrate are in direct contact with each other. So there is a direct contact between the two electrolytes. So in case of electrolyte concentration cell, as there is a direct contact between the two electrolytes, the ions can be transferred from higher concentration to the lower concentration. Okay, so these two electrolytes are separated from one another by means of a porous partition. So due to this, what happens? A concentration gradient exists across the boundary. A concentration gradient exists across the boundary, and therefore the ions tends to diffuse from solution of higher concentration to the lower concentration, from a solution of higher concentration to the lower concentration. Consider now the two electrolytes HCl are having the activities A1 and A2. Suppose that this electrolyte, it is dilute, this electrolyte it is concentrated. So A2 is greater than A1 here. A2 is greater than A1 here. So the ions from RHS side transfer to the LHS side. So hydrogen ion, it is transferred from RHS side to the LHS side here. Now, as the speed of the hydrogen ion is greater as compared to the speed of the chloride ions, because hydrogen ions are lighter ions. So hydrogen ions moves fastly as compared to the chloride ions. So from concentrated compartment, the hydrogen ions are moving. So this dilute compartment or this dilute HCl is having greater number of the hydrogen ions, and the slower moving chloride ions are remain in the concentrate compartment. Okay, so there is a positive negative charge separation is takes place, as there is a greater number of the positive ions are here at the boundary or at the contact between the two electrolytes. So positive negative charge separation is takes place here, and this positive negative charge separation is responsible for the development of the liquid junction potential. So you can see here, so in this case both the hydrogen and chloride ions diffuse from concentrated solution to the dilute solution. Due to smaller size of hydrogen ions, they move rapidly from solution of higher concentration A2 to the lower concentration A1 through porous partition. The hydrogen ions from this compartment are moving from the concentration A2 to A1. So they are moving here from concentration A2 to A1 here, because A2 is greater than A1 here. A2 is greater than A1. So hydrogen ions are moving. And as the hydrogen ions have the small size, therefore they are moving very fast. So this dilute compartment is having greater number of the hydrogen ions, and chloride ions are slower moving ions. Okay, so at the contact between the two electrolytes, there is separation of the charges is takes place. Positive and negative charges are separated from each other, and this positive and negative charge separation gives the formation of electrical double layer. It will gives the formation of electrical double layer, and this electrical double layer is responsible for the development of liquid junction potential, and this liquid junction potential is developed at the contact between the two electrolytes, at the junction between the two electrolytes. Whenever there is a contact between the two electrolytes is here, then at the contact between the two electrolytes, the liquid junction potential is developed, because concentration gradient is arises there. The hydrogen ions from concentrated solution are moving towards the dilute solution. So dilute compartment acquires a positive charge and concentrated compartment acquires a negative charge. Okay, so As a result, the dilute solution becomes richer in hydrogen ions. Richer in hydrogen ions means there are greater number of the hydrogen ions in the dilute compartment, and concentrated solution A2 is left with excess of slow moving chloride ions. So greater number of the negative ions are there. Therefore, HCl of activity A1 acquires a positive charge and that of A2 acquires a negative charge. So in this way, charge separation is takes place there. And due to the separation of the charges, an electrical double layer is developed there. Due to the separation of the charges, an electrical double layer, an electrical double layer of positive and negative charges will be produced at the junction of the two solutions, giving rise to liquid junction potential. As there is a positive negative charge separation at the junction of the two electrolytes, two same electrolytes which are having the different activities. So this positive negative charge separation develops the liquid junction potential, and this positive negative charge separation responsible for the development of the liquid junction potential. So what is a liquid junction potential? A liquid junction potential therefore can be defined as a potential difference that develops at the junction where two electrolyte solutions of different concentrations come in contact with one another. This positive negative charge separation or formation of electrical double layer is responsible for the development of the liquid junction potential, a potential difference that develops at the junction where two electrolytic solutions of different concentrations come in contact with one another. Now, when such liquid junction potential is developed in electrolyte concentration cell with transference, then the total EMF of the cell is given by this expression. So EMF of the cell, it is equal to E1 plus E2 plus EJ, where E1 it is the electrode potential of left hand side electrode, E2 is the electrode potential of the right hand side electrode, and Eg is the liquid junction potential developed at the contact between the two electrolytes. So therefore the total EMF of the cell becomes equal to E1 plus E2 plus EJ. So addition of these three potential, it is equal to the EMF of the cell. So particularly in electrolyte concentration cell with the transference, such type of liquid junction potential is developed. If the cell is without transference, then such a liquid junction potential is not developed. Okay. Now, how to minimize this liquid junction potential? How to eliminate this liquid junction potential? So let us going to discuss this. Elimination of liquid junction potential. Elimination of liquid junction potential. Actually, it is not possible to measure exactly the EMF of the cell if liquid junction potential is present. Particularly, this liquid junction potential is developed in case of electrolyte concentration cell with transference. And if such liquid junction potential is developed there, then it is not possible to measure the exact EMF because difficulties arises. So therefore, it is essential to eliminate this liquid junction potential. So what is the most convenient method to eliminate the liquid junction potential? How we can eliminate the liquid junction potential? It is necessary now to measure the EMF of the cell. We have to eliminate the liquid junction potential. So to eliminate the liquid junction potential, we have to use the salt bridge. We have to employ the salt bridge. So let us see first what is a salt bridge. So salt bridge is a low resistance device. Solbridge is a low resistance device which establishes an electrical contact between the two electrolytes. It is a low resistance device. Resistance should be low, and which establishes an electrical contact between the two electrolytes that are not a direct contact with each other. So what is a salt bridge? Salt bridge is generally a U-like tube. It is a U-like glass tube filled with a saturated solution of potassium chloride, potassium nitrate, or ammonium nitrate. We have to fill the saturated solution of potassium chloride, potassium nitrate. We can show salt bridge as like of this. It is a U-like tube. Okay. It is a U-like tube where in this U-like tube it is made up of glass tube this is. So in this U-like tube we have to fill the saturated solution of potassium chloride, potassium nitrate or ammonium nitrate in agar-agar dispersion. In agar-agar powder we have to prepare the saturated solution of this salt. Okay. Now why these salts are taken? Why not other salts are taken? Why potassium chloride, potassium nitrate or ammonium nitrate salts can be taken? Potassium salt bridge is there, potassium nitrate salt bridge is there, or ammonium nitrate salt bridge is there. So these salts are used to prepare the salt bridge because in case of these salts, the transport number of the cation and anion are almost same. Okay, transport number of the cation T positive and transport number of the anion T negative, it is almost same. Thus, when such ions carry current in salt bridge, okay, in this salt bridge, when these ions carry the current, potassium ions, chloride ions, suppose that this is the potassium chloride salt bridge. So when such ions carry the current, as the transport number are same, they can carry the equal current. Okay, when such ions carry the current in salt bridge in two half cells, the rate of the movement of the charges in opposite direction is same. So there will be no separation of the charges and junction potential is reduced. Junction potential is eliminated. Okay. So in this way, liquid junction potential can be eliminated with the help of the salt bridge. Now, what is the function of the salt bridge? We know that in case of electrolyte concentration cell, as electrons leave one half cell and flow to the other in the external circuit, a difference in charge is established in the two half cell. If no salt bridge is used, this difference would prevent further flow of the electrons. If we cannot use the salt bridge, then this difference in charge is opposite to the flow of the electrons. So salt bridge allows the flow of the ions to maintain a balance of the charge between the electrolytes. This is the very important function of the salt bridge, as salt bridge makes the electrical contact between the two electrolytes. Okay, let us suppose that we have taken a two beaker. The two same electrolytes are there which are having the different activity. Suppose that HCl with activity A1, and in this beaker HCl with activity A2. HCl with activity A2. Now these two electrolytes are separated by the salt bridge. In these two electrolytes we have to dip the salt bridge. So in this case ions are not migrating from one compartment to the another compartment. And this salt bridge makes the electrical contact between the two electrolytes. It will establish the electrical contact between the two electrolytes. Okay. So you can see here. Suppose If no salt bridge is used, this change difference would prevent the further flow of the electrons. It will prevent the flow of the electrons. The electrons are flowing from LHS to RHS. Okay, the electrons are flowing from LHS to RHS. You can see here. This is the electrode which is dipped similarly here. So the electrons are flowing from LHS to the RHS. Okay, so if there is a no salt bridge, then it will prevent. If there is a no salt bridge, then it will prevent the flow of the electrons. So therefore, it is necessary to use the salt bridge. It is necessary to use the salt bridge, and the oxidation and reduction reactions can be takes place. So therefore, salt bridge keeps the two half cells separate. These two half cells are separate from each other, and it will maintain the electrical contact between the two. This will makes the electrical contact between the two electrolytes. Okay. If there is a no salt bridge, what happens? There is a no electrical contact. So the salt bridge maintain the electrical contact between the two. It is also prevents the development of the liquid junction potential. There is a no liquid junction potential now. And it also prevents the diffusion of the ions. The ions cannot be diffused from one side to the other side. So salt bridge plays a very important role in the electrolyte concentration cell. As in the electrolyte concentration cell, the two electrolytes are in direct contact with each other. So salt bridge eliminate the liquid junction potential between the two electrolytes. Salt bridge eliminates the liquid junction potential between the two electrolytes. So in this lecture, we has been discussed about the origin of liquid junction potential, how the liquid junction potential is developed. The liquid junction potential is developed at the contact between the two electrolytes, where the two electrolytes are in direct contact with each other. The two same electrolytes are in direct contact with each other. So there is a transfer of ions takes place from one side to the other side. Particularly from the concentrated compartment to the dilute compartment, the ions are moving. Okay, so therefore in this case, positive negative charge separation is takes place, and this will give rise to the liquid junction potential. So the liquid junction potential, it is the potential developed or a potential difference that develops at the junction where the two electrolytic solutions of different concentrations come in contact with one another. So whenever there is a development of the liquid junction potential, then the EMF of the cell, it is equal to E1 plus A2 plus EJ. Now it is necessary to eliminate the liquid junction potential. So the liquid junction potential can be eliminated by using the salt bridge. So salt bridge, it is a low resistance device which establish an electrical contact between the two electrolytes that are not in direct contact. So in this way, we discuss here in this lecture how to eliminate the liquid junction potential with the help of the salt bridge and what is the function of the salt bridge. Particularly in the construction of the salt bridge, the potassium chloride and potassium nitrate and ammonium nitrate salt bridge, ammonium nitrate salt can be used. Because these salts, in case of these salts, the transport number of the cation and anion are same. So when such ions carry current in a salt bridge between the two half cell, the rate of the movement of the charges in opposite direction is same, as they are having the same transport number. So the rate of the movement of the charges in opposite direction is same. So there will be no separation of the charges and junction potential is reduced. Junction potential can be reduced with the help of the salt bridge. So thus salt bridge makes the electrical contact between the two electrolytes. It will prevent the development of the liquid junction potential, and it also prevents the diffusion of the ions between the two electrolytes.